My mother asked me a question one day when I was visiting her. She asked me, was I tired yet? And of course I asked her, what do you mean tired? She said, well, everybody you know is either in prison, dead, or either on the same corner selling drugs like you've been doing for the last 25 years. We were catching a train. My friends couldn't come. Their parents couldn't give them the train money. So I decided to steal a car. That led to my first arrest. I just got fully involved in criminal conduct and behavior. Some of the lifestyle made me do things that the average person would not do. It caused me to end up in places, whether it was the hole of a jail cell or whether it was hiding from the police or whether it was involved in violence. The beginning days of just marijuana and alcohol through the days of full-blown heroin addiction, cocaine addiction, and then when crack cocaine became a reality, then full-blown crack cocaine addiction. And along with those addictions, the behavior to accommodate those addictions got worse and worse and worse. But now I got to a place to where I was kind of tired. I thought about having some kind of religious experience back into my life to maybe help me address and deal with some of the issues that I was dealing with. So I was now choosing between or trying to select between Christianity or Islam until I heard a man speak on a Christian program about God uses black people in his work for the kingdom. A cousin of mine I had not seen for a few years came to a house that I was living in. When I asked him what changed his life, he shared that he had met a man named Jesus and that Jesus changed his life. And I knew him, that was my cousin, and I knew the change that I saw and heard in him. He said, if you ever want to change, let me know and I'll get you introduced to this man named Jesus. That Wednesday, they were going to a Bible study. There was a young preacher who happened to look just like me, who had been invited, and he was doing his final day of a revival. They wanted to celebrate this young man for the time he had spent over the week there with him. And in their attempt to celebrate him in a joking way, they handed him a slice of watermelon. In my culture, that was an ethnic insult. He did not appreciate it, but very quickly he changed. Preached the message on the prodigal son, called for an altar call. I heard God calling me, but I said, I'm not going to get up and stand up in front of these people that had just insulted somebody that looks just like me. For the next 45 minutes to an hour, the young man kept saying, you're waiting out there and God is telling you to come. And a young man who I had met the day before turned to me and just said, don't listen to the devil. Answer God and get saved. I jumped and ran to the altar. If I'm talking to someone who is tired from what life has, the weight of life, the weight of their own decisions and choices, I would say then you're probably right at the place to where you need to be. The only way to find relief of that pain, relief of that pressure, is to get introduced back to God, or if you've never been introduced to God, to become introduced to God, and that is through the Savior Jesus Christ. Now, is that going to be an easy, adjustable step? No, but it will begin the stages, and it will eventually relieve you of all of that pain that you feel now. And once you get the confidence in God, then there will be no obstacles in front of you that you cannot overcome. But you'll come to the place where you say, I can really do all things through Him that gives me strength.